Welcome to Lala and Olga Show,
where we share the hidden tales of real estate.
Yay!
So welcome, one of my favorite human beings, Monique. I've known you for almost 20 years.
Oh, my goodness.
But the world needs to know you because you're super special.
Oh, well, thank you, sweetheart. I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about how you got where you are and what made you start in real estate.
Ooh, what's a loaded question. But my mom, my lovely mother, Renee Irving, is a legend in real estate back in Philadelphia. And she got me and my brother into the business very early.
How early? How old were you when you got into business?
She said she was trying to teach us how to stop spending her money, so she got us in
pretty quickly.
She got us in right out of high school to learn how to spend our own money, make our own money. So I actually did real estate school for the first time in my last year of 12th grade.
Wow.
And
nice. So you went to school to get your license?
Went to school to get my license, and I pretty much graduated from high school and ended up getting my license shortly after that. So I worked with her as a licensed assistant from 2000 to 2008. Then I decided to relocate across the country, went to Phoenix in 2008. I worked in corporate America for about 8.5 years. And then after I had Samuel, I decided I wanted to go back to real estate. So
yes, Samuel, your lovely Samuel. He is just
Samuel.
So adorable.
He's a special boy.
Such
he
a
really
character.
is.
First of all, your mom is a smart lady to do that, right? It's like every parent's dream. Like, hey, kid, let's get busy so I don't have to pay for all this food and clothes.
Yes.
So I want you to elaborate a little bit about those early days. Like how I know a lot of new agents get so excited to dive into this business and then they quickly realize it's a little more difficult than you think. So share a little bit of that early start and then your breakthrough when you started getting noticed and being successful.
Honestly, my encouragement to all young people is take it serious in the very beginning, because I didn't. I really didn't realize how powerful this business is and how it can change your life if you take it seriously. I have been around it all my life, and I think that was one of the reasons that I kind of took it for granted, despite seeing my mom, just break all types of records with an average sale price of like $79,900, and she was making over $100,000 at that time. I played with it a lot. I like to say in my beginning years of real estate, I didn't take it seriously. I worked with my mom. I was her assistant, but I really didn't push through the way I really should have until 2018 is when I got licensed here in Phoenix, and I took it seriously. I've been doing that full time. That's the only job that I've done to sustain our family since 2018. So to answer your question, it wasn't until 2018 that I really took this job seriously, saw the power that it had behind it. And I said, you know what? I really want to give this my all. So
what made you change, and what made the change that you actually took it seriously after so many years of exposure to real estate?
Well, I mean, having a kid will make you do a lot of things, I think, I had been in corporate America for 8.5 years. I saw what that life looked like, and I just wanted something better. I remember a chance to, when I first got my real estate license here in Arizona, I got a job with the city of Phoenix just as I was getting my license. And I was faced with the decision, do I take this $32,000 job with benefits and time off and all of that stuff, or do I bet on myself? And I remember it was such a hard decision to make in the beginning, but I remember sitting in one of our mastermind sessions, and I just made the decision, I'm gonna bet on me.
There is absolutely nothing more rewarding than betting on yourself.
Yeah.
And what people don't realize out there, it is the most exhausting too. At the same time.
Yes.
I read something the other day how a lot of the public doesn't realize how much we really take in and hold back. So when we get quiet, it's really a lot of that thinking behind my client has to move, my client has to do this, I gotta make sure this goes right, I gotta make sure that goes right. So it's really around the clock, but it is the most rewarding. So I'm so happy you bet on yourself, because you are so valuable to human society in this avenue.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm so grateful that, I mean, all of the wonderful clients that I've got a chance to help and be around, it just wouldn't have been the same, me just sitting at the city of Phoenix, taking calls at the water department.
Yes, probably up until
I have
now.
so much more to
too,
give.
though.
It's important.
Yes.
But
It's
it's not
important,
you.
but it's just, I had more to offer.
Yeah.
So.
But betting on yourself it's hard, and it's such a huge risk to take. And you said you just had a baby. You just had a baby like a month previous.
Yeah, so
So
actually Samuel was born in September of 2017, and because I actually took the classes. I started the classes August 28th, and Samuel was born September 28th. So I literally took those classes in a month.
when you were 9 months pregnant.
Yes. I mean, I remember the guy, the instructor teasing me. He goes, "Monique, don't you have this baby in my classroom?"
Which could have happened.
It would have made a great story.
It surely would have made a great story. But yeah, so, I ended up getting licensed in the beginning of 2018. So like January is when I passed the test, because I had just had this baby. I just did all the classes.
But you've been in it since a decade before that.
Yeah,
It always stays with you.
And
I feel like once you're in it, it just stays with you.
It was really easy. A lot of the information is the same. And so I definitely had that advantage. I was able to go in, pass the test on the first time.
Right.
I appreciated having a 4-month-old baby.
Yeah.
And getting into real estate, betting on yourself, all of this. I mean, it's just so impressive.
Yeah, it was fun times. I used
you
to bring
take
him to class
Samuel
with me.
around? You
Oh
did?
yeah, of course. I branded him. At that time I was at a different brokerage, and I had him donned in all of the marketing materials, and he was so cute. I used to take him to classes with me in the very beginning. Yeah,
That was me too. I was pregnant with Nicholas, gave birth, and then 09, that whole era hit, and I was doing REOs.
Wow.
I took him literally to all the appointments, like cash for keys,
Yeah.
meet the clients.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, so I want to know, because you've been in it so long. I mean, how many years total?
I got licensed originally in 2000 in Philadelphia. So
Okay, so
8
26 years.
Yeah.
Okay. 26 years in a business. You gotta have some interesting stories. So tell me, what's one of the most interesting stories you can share?
Well, I would say the most interesting story, because I told you my mom brought me and my brother into the business. I got chased by a goat, but I think
Ow, where was that?
I want to see a clip of that.
I know. It's actually on my Facebook page. I was in Wickenburg showing a property, and this goat, who I love goats, but like little baby goats. This one had horns. He was taller than me, or tall as me. And he was trying to get to me, and I just had to strategically kind of like maneuver around him. But this other story, my brother's story, tops that one. His first deal, this is in Pennsylvania, his buyer was like 12 months pregnant. And of course, Murphy's Law would have it that she went into labor the day they were supposed to close.
Oh, wow.
She had a Pennsylvania state grant, and that she needed to be able to close. And if she didn't close that day, that money goes back to the state. So the deal would have died.
It's not an option. You had to close.
So my brother calls my mom in tears. Mom, my deal is dying. What's going to happen? My mom was such a heavy hitter. The title company, she knew the owner of the title company. She and him went to the hospital, and they signed that lady on her
While in labor.
in labor.
Wow.
Sign here, sign here. You understand this? You understand this? Sign here, sign here. As they were walking out, the doctors were coming in to deliver that baby.
Wow. Well,
And
first
so-
of all, you changed that lady's life.
Absolutely.
Because she would not have had a roof over her head for her child
her
and
baby.
herself.
For
her family.
And what a special day to close on, the delivery day.
I always remember that day. What did
I
I
love
close
that
on?
story.
Absolutely. So thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom.
Yes. So, other than money, what else motivates you to stay in real estate and be in it?
I absolutely adore real estate. I adore being able to help people, and real estate definitely gives me that avenue to do that. But if you ask me, like, what are you putting on this earth? The answer wouldn't be to sell homes, right?
Okay.
I believe that the Lord put me on this earth to share my personal story with women, young girls, and older women, because we're never too late to understand our true worth. And so I'm really motivated, and I use real estate to fund my passion project, which is motivating, empowering young girls to realize that their self-validation, that their sense of worthiness comes from inside.
Right.
It's not, you can't find it somewhere on the outside. So
this realization of that self-worth is priceless. And
It
when
really
you're
is.
young,
Especially nowadays.
Yeah.
you're very
Social
insecure.
media.
absolutely.
You don't know what you don't know, but you are writing a book.
I
on this.
am. I'm writing a book, and I'm about 15 chapters in.
Wow.
And it's really special, really dear to my heart. It's completely authentic and raw. And I just hope that my goal in sharing my story is that it will bless and empower another young woman to just be and just know that, you know, you're already enough just the way you are. You don't have to go and lay on somebody's table and, you know, let them do all kinds of surgical procedures to you to prove that you're worthy. You know, and that's not to take away from anyone that, you know, chooses to do work or on themselves, but not as a way to prove that you're enough. You
And
know?
I think you're using that a little bit as a metaphor because, again, the hardest thing for a young adult, especially a girl, is to realize the self-worth at that age and stand her ground on a lot of things.
Absolutely.
So now, because I know you a little deeper, and people are going to have to buy this book to know you the way I know you.
Yes.
But I think that metaphor goes beyond the surgical table. It
Absolutely.
It just goes on, you know, be who you are, enjoy what God has given you, and it's okay to say no sometimes.
Yes, absolutely.
So Monique, you've been in a business for quite some time now, but you joined our group, our team about 6 months ago, would you say 9 months ago?
Yeah.
I feel like I've known you forever, so
It was
I don't
December
even know.
30th. I remember very well.
Just last year.
Yeah, last year, December 30th. I have had the pleasure of knowing Lala for a very long time. We started out at the same brokerage together. Most of my career, I've been a single agent, but I missed having that team camaraderie. I missed having, this business can be lonely, you know, as a single
Very
agent.
much so.
And so I was kind of looking for powerhouse of women, you know, and what better group to join than you guys. So that's kind of what brought me there. But what most people don't know, and I'll share this story, Lala probably doesn't remember this because she's just such a giver. She's such a giver. But I actually, my first deal in real estate ever in Arizona
Okay.
was because of this woman right here.
Oh, wow.
And I don't even, and I know you don't remember this.
She does.
When I first got in the business, I was at a monthly meeting, and the gentleman that was working the meeting said, listen, Lala was being boarded. I think she was like number 1 or number 2 in commissions.
Probably number 1.
Probably
number 1.
In Arizona. He said, listen, this agent is badass, and she doesn't even work 12 months out of the year. She takes 2 months off. He was like, so if you're a new agent in the room, call this lady and pick
see
her
what
brain,
she's
right?
doing.
I was like, I'm calling this Lala, right? So I call Lala. She doesn't know me from a can of spray paint, you know, but she's so warm. She's so loving. She had these $2 million listings that she said, listen, I got these $2 million listings. You set them open. And I set them bad boys open from 9 to 5 like they were, like it was a job. You know, because I didn't have any business.
I do remember.
Do you remember
that.
now?
So anyway, I set these listings. I think she just saw the hustle in me. And so one day we were at the office.
Kindness, absolutely.
And she said, you know what, Monique, I got a deal for you. She said, this guy, he's approved for $140,000. I don't even want a referral fee. Just take
it. I have enough.
And so I was like, thank you, Lala. So I sold him a house in Maryville. And talk about funny stories. My first deal was like special. Let's just say.
They're all special.
Right? So we are about to close and we get a call that squatters have moved into the house. So they moved into the house. We go down there to board up the house. They break in again.
Oh, wow.
But I ended up selling him that property. And then in 21, so a couple of years later, he called me back to sell it again for him.
All right.
And we had that was when the market was crazy.
How much did he made on it?
He made I sold it to him for I think $139.9, and we sold it for $211.
I love it.
Investing in real estate.
I sold him a brand new property out in Eloy for $234,000.
Cash, probably.
Well, it wasn't cash. I mean, it was, he had sold his house. He had to get a loan, but still
a lot of
that
equity.
speaks to the power of real estate. And that's another thing that I'm so passionate about, is like telling people, listen, you got to get in the game.
Yeah.
We love helping our first-time home buyers, and that's where a lot of people go wrong. They think, hey, just because we've been in it over 20 years, we're luxury now. No, our team really helps anybody. So you went from a $2 million home that I gave you as an open house to helping a first-time home buyer who really needed it. I think that's so special.
Yeah. I still help first-time home buyers.
Yeah, absolutely.
And most of my peers in the industry go, you should be beyond this, but there is a joy and a reward in my heart to help. It's like my clients' kids now buying.
Yeah.
I love that about you.
I have the same thing. I have a friend in Philadelphia. I sold her house. Her son was like 3 at the time.
Aww.
And I'm going to say that was in 2001.
Okay.
And well, I moved here, so my mom ended up selling her son a house, who was a baby pretty much when I sold her a house. And we're still friends to this day.
It's generational. So to close it out, I just want to know, why should somebody call Monique? Why should somebody get to know you, use you in real estate, share with the world?
Well, because I have a pure heart. At the end of the day, there's a lot of realtors out there, but there's not a lot of realtors out there that really have a true heart and will put their client first. And so even though we're all supposed to, and that's what we signed up for, but, unfortunately, there's a lot of bad apples in every industry, not just ours. Of course. And so, but why they should call me is because I really care and because I know my stuff.
Yeah. I was going to say both of those things. You care and you really know your stuff. There's a difference between just caring and not knowing what you do.
Exactly.
You just love this craft. So I do enjoy that by you.
I'm so happy to have you.
And I'm
so happy to have you.
Happy to be here.
You're great.